Welcome to Late Nose Pro. So we are again back with new video. So today's topic of our is Rasa Theory. Why it is we already have mentioned in our last video. It is because from Rasa Theory so many questions came in previous year examination. So this is most expected question. So you are supposed to know this thing, okay? Not only from the exam point of view, but from your any point of view of literature. You have to have a certain knowledge regarding literature. You have to know what is Rasa Theory, okay? So that's why I have chosen this topic for our today's discussion in. So those who are new to Lit Nose Pro, they please subscribe the channel and share it please. And I am here always with new video and always with new notes so that you can be helped up, so that you can do well with your examination, okay? Not only just gaining marks but also in having knowledge, okay? So that's our main motive, okay? So today we are back with Rasa Theory. So I have already said that Rasa Theory is very much important when we are reading Abhijnanasakuntalam, okay? So which is Kalidasa's most famous play, one of the most famous Sanskrit text. So today we will be knowing bit by bit what is this Rasa Theory, okay? So the theory of rasa, Shringara rasa, according to Bharata Muni's Natyashastra, the purpose of a play is to evoke an emotional flavor or rasa in the audience. So, according to Bharata Muni's Natyashastra, a play has a motive, and that motive is to create an emotional flavor. How this emotional flavor is? Suppose you are watching a play, okay? So you feel so many kind of emotion. That emotion can be happy, can be sad, can be so much exciting, can be disappointment too, okay? So it's a kind of an emotional kind of reaction which is happening within you, but how it has been evoked by the play. So that's the rasa, emotional flavor. So Abhijnanasakuntalam is the finest example of Shringara rasa. So what is this Shringara rasa? It's a erotic love sentiment, okay? There's lot of many kind of rasas available which we will know later part of the video. So one is that one which is related to erotic and love sentiment. Shringara, that's our present topic because that's what used by Kalidasa in his play. So Shringara rasa has two aspects. Both these two aspects have been used by Kalidasa in his play. What are these aspects? Aspect meaning application here. Okay. So like so many, one is the union. Okay. Another is separation. Okay. So how it is? So one is Shambhoga, Shringara, love in union, the meeting of Dushyanta and Shakuntala in the garden. So one is Shambhoga, which is through union or the meeting between Dushyanta and Shakuntala, through their mutual attraction and ultimately through their Gandharva Vibhava. Okay, so union is one. Another is separation. Separation is something which is done by the period of cars, where Dushyanta forgets her and Shakuntala suffers in isolation. So the Sanskrit terms which is being used, Shambhaga and the other, you are supposed to know this, okay? So I hope you will be knowing it, okay? So then how rasa is created. Okay, so the rasa is created very beautifully, like spring season, the secluded grove, and the physical beauty of the lovers. Okay, by explaining the season, because natural, how nature has been explained, what nature played in the play, that even another question which comes in exam. So there in the play so much nice description have been given of nature, how nature reacted with Shakuntala's every emotion, be it when Shakuntala has been showed first seen that she is in garden, she is laughing, she is in a very happy mood with her friends. From that to when she separates from her husband, how she cries, how she feels, everything being expressed very nicely with natural kind of an expression, which has a name definitely objective correlative, but here it is used in the sense of creating rasa. Why it is? Because that time no term like objective correlative was coined. It was coined much more later. Okay, and it's in Sanskrit that has a term like rasa. Which has been created by this, which we said that description of spring season, then physical beauty, lovers, and Shakuntala blushing, Dushyanta longing glances, and the trembling of voices. Then there's other halves are available, which we'll know bit by bit. Okay, first we have to know other introductory section. Just wait. Hmm. 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 Just wait. I would be knowing the rasa theory in detail. Okay, so Bharata Muni Rasa theory initially originated in a Sanskrit treatise written on the performing arts, Natyashastra. Okay, so Rasa theory originated through Bharata Muni, which we have already come to know in our last discussion, that it originated through Bharata Muni and through his text named as Natyashastra. So Natyashastra, little bit I want to say regarding Bharata Muni and the Natyashastra. Then we go to the answer or that discussion. Okay. So Bharata Muni is a Muni who is present approximately from 220 BCE 220 BCE to 200 CE. His present date was that he was ancient Muni who had written treatises like this one, Natyashastra. Okay, and his Natyashastra, little bit I want to say, it's a text which is very much important regarding performing arts. It set rules regarding performing arts, be it that our present topic is play, so be it regarding dramaturgy, which is a study of dramaturgy, dance, music, or any other performing arts. He has set rules, he has talked regarding this. As our topic is drama, regarding drama, what he did, he said that he talked about what would be the drama like there would be proper beginning, or there would be no beginning, it would start in medias, in middle, or there would be proper acting, how it would be comic, or like from everything, plot, character, thoughts, setting, everything he had talked regarding. Okay. So that's what we have come to know regarding Natyashastra and Bharata Muni. Now we go to the note part. Okay, you can use that note in examination too, and along with you can use it to gain knowledge too. So it's only research. I have done research on the text Bharata Munis. Then I read other secondary material which are available, and then it was being made. I can say that it's very helpful. I myself being helped by this in gaining marks, be it in my college exams or even NET. So many questions came from Natyashastra. So Bharata Muni's Rasa theory initially originated in a Sanskrit treatise written on the performing arts Natyashastra. According to the Natyashastra, the goals of theatre is elements are to empower aesthetic experience and deliver emotional rasa. So according to Natyashastra, the goal of theatre and its elements is to empower our aesthetic experience. It has one goal, that is to give us aesthetic pleasing. Aesthetic is a word which you have heard. Some say that means the feeling of pure beauty, okay, but you can use it like a taste or something. When you read literature, you have heard, no, some texts are written just for literature's sake. It has no moral reason. It is written because it has some aesthetic element. It is pleasing to the to the heart of the reader, to the mind of the author, and even to the very society. It is dedicating, but it has no moral purpose, nothing. It is just aesthetically pleasing. So some films are too which has no purpose other than to please aesthetically. Okay, beauty is something which is aesthetically pleasing, isn't it? So that's why so many people use it in like exchangingly, but it's not the correct meaning. So, and deliver emotional rasa. So the Natyashastra goal in theatre are to empower aesthetic experience, deliver emotional rasa. As we have come to know, Shringara is a erotic emotion and other rasas are too related to emotion. It has its roots in Vedic period. So it has root in Vedic period. As we have already come to know the date, 200 to BCE to 200 CE. So it is absolutely Vedic period in Rig Veda as well as in Atharva Veda. In Veda there are so many parts. One is Rig Veda, another is Atharva Veda, and other parts are too available. The theory advocates that entertainment is the desired effect of performance. So I have told you that aesthetic means it has no moral purpose. Its purpose is to just please you, be it by entertainment or be it by fulfilling your all the intense desire, be it to see good thing, be it to listen good thing. That's what. So desired effect by entertainment is but not the primary goal. Primary goal is to transport the individual present in the audience another parallel reality. So like it is like another thing, like it has a effect. Okay, aesthetic effect is that it will entertain you, but the main goal would be to take you into the parallel reality. What is this parallel reality? That parallel reality is the reality which is being showed in the play. You will feel like you have been transferred into that play's world. Okay, that's what you, that's full of wonder. You feel wonder after watching the play. That's what Shakuntala does. If you watch Shakuntala in film version, in play version, even if you see the stage adaptations of it, and even if you read it, you feel a wonder, a bliss, where she experiences the essence of his and her consciousness, reflects on spiritual moral aspects. Okay, when you are watching that play, it's not just creating a wonder, bliss, or you are not just going into parallel reality, but it's doing what? Is making you full of conscious. You are seeing inside of yourself, and that is what is another kind of experience. It's spiritual moral. Spiritual is something which create an another within yourself. You can start connecting with an outer universal thing from coming out or breaking the door of your own suffocated self or narrow self. Okay, so you are cutting that self and you are getting connected to the outer world. So by this connection, you are becoming one with that parallel universe which is showed in the play. So you are experiencing a spiritual moment. You are breaking your narrow zone. It suggests that every object and meaning has an emotional effect. It said that every object, every meaning has an emotional effect that diverts the human mind. That has an effect which is which is challenging the human mind with its experience and controls the heart and mind of an individual, just like the play. If you watch Shakuntala, you feel like that it is diverting your mind. Okay, you started experiencing and feeling the same way as the play is showing you, as the play is trying to do you. To facilitate the understanding of this theory, Bharata Muni has described all the emotions differently, whilst analyzing the structure of those emotions to make you fully understandable to the fact of or the theory of rasa. What Bharata Muni did, Bharata Muni had described all the emotions differently, while giving emphasis on structure of every emotion, be it of love, be it of separation, be it of sadness. Every emotion he had given full structure, and he had given each and every emotion's importance. Okay, the way they dawn upon the consumer of an art form and expressed his views upon the relation of these emotions with various aspects and their effect on the audience and literary context. He not only put that emphasis that emotions are different, diverse in nature, and he had described this thing. It's not. He had described its effect on consumer, or those audience who are watching it, and those readers who are reading it. He had showed that what effect it is leaving on them, and then he had showed that effect and aspect with regarding to literary context. Okay, so that much clear. First para was regarding this only, that Bharata Muni's intention was what? To that what was Rasa theory. So to put you in a parallel universe, to experience that emotional feeling which was being shown in the play, and to get a spiritual and moral kind of an experience, to have that aesthetic experience, and that same taste he had described every research, each and every with structure, and he said what effect it puts in the audience, puts on the mind of audience. So in post-Vedic literature, the word rasa generally connotes extract, essence, juice, or a tasty liquid. So in post-Vedic period, the rasa meant what? Extract, essence, juice, or a tasty liquid. Okay, it was like a juice or a tasty liquid. Its meaning was in the aesthetic sense. Aesthetic means something pleasing, something tasty. So it was in aesthetic sense, it was meaning the same of an juice or a tasty liquid. Thus, the theory has become a very important literary theory, which has a connection with human experience and is strongly rooted in the aspects of realism. So, why that theory has become very famous? Because it has connection with human experience, something which connect to your day-to-day life, which connect with everyday experience. That should be popular. That's why it's popular and strongly rooted in realism. It gives importance to realism. Otherwise, it might have been achieved such importance. Okay. So, rasa is Sanskrit word that refers to juice, extract, or essence. In the aesthetic sense, it denotes an essential psychological state. So, it had it connotes what we came to know, juice or a tasty liquid. But it denote means what meaning? Okay, cannot means the meaning not only literal sense but beyond of literal sense. And what is this denote meaning? Denote meaning, it denotes an essential psychological state. And what is this? In which emotions are evoked in the mind of a human being while witnessing a work of art. So those experience, those emotion a human being feel while watching or witnessing a work of art, that's what we call it as a rasa. So rasa is nothing physical, it's psychological state. is a psychological state which is evoked in the mind of an audience while experiencing a work of art. When an individual observes, reads, or listens to any kind of art from sensory triggers in his mind give rise to different emotions considered as rasa. Be it by reading, be it by observing, even be it by listening, you can experience rasa. Because it's through emotions, it's through your change of psychological mood you are experiencing it. So Bharata Muni described 9 rasas or Navarasa. So Bharata Muni described how many rasas? 9 rasas. So that's why it's known as Navarasa. Each rasa is associated with a presiding deity and a specific color. So each rasa associated with a presiding deity and a specific color. Okay. So it's an ancient text, no? So that is natural, and he is a Muni. So Shringara, which is our present topic due to Shakuntala. So Shringara represents love, beauty, attractiveness, romance, devotion. Those things which is creating emotion through showing love, beauty, attractiveness, romance. That's a Shringara rasa, and is named after Vishnu. So it's related to which deity? Vishnu. So Vishnu is, you can remember this way, that Vishnu has an avatar like Krishna, and Krishna is something which we name as a love god in one way, because those who read Bengali literature little bit, they know Sri Krishna Kirtan Kavya is there. So that many stories if you read, you can come to know Vishnu is related to love, beauty, attractiveness, romance and devotion. And color is light green. Green is a very positive color, so you can expect it with a love. It's not unlikely. So then another rasa is hasham. So represent laughter. Name itself says no, hasham. If you are a Bengali person, you know hasha. Isn't hasa? And even in Hindi too, hasi. Isn't? So hasham. Hasham represents laughter, joy, mirth, comedy, humor. So it's related to Shiva, and color is white. So how to remember this? You can remember Hasham related to laughter, joy. It's not tough. But how to relate it with Shiva? Isn't? So Shiva is related to Hasham. You can remember this way that Shiva, those it little bit know Hindu mythology regarding, they would be knowing that Shivji means Shiva. Lord Shiva is a god who was very sort of like, it's known that he was very innocent sort of a person who had no interest towards outer artificiality. Okay, he was someone who in spite of being a god used to love in living in jungle and having a true moment of happiness with his true friends. Who were they were Nundi Bingi, who were like cows. Yes, and they were. So he used to have a very joyful moment with them. So that's why he represents laughter. And the color is white. White is a very pure color. You can remember it with laughter. Yes. Then Rudram. Rudram represents fury. Those who know a little bit regarding Sanskrit, what they know that Rudram means indeed fury, anger, frustration. It's again related to Shiva. Now how to remember it? Okay, so those who know little bit regarding Shiva mythology regarding Lord Shiva, they know that Shivji is like, he is so good of a Lord. He is very generous, but he is at the same time, when he loses his mind, he becomes so much of a furious. Okay, that's becomes so much tough to handle him, especially if you read mythology. You know when that Shati died, what happened. So that's why he is related to fury again. Okay, and the color of fury is red. Then another is Karuna, represent mercy. Karuna in Bengali means mercy. Okay, so his Karunam represents mercy. He is related to Amma. God is Amma. Color is grey. So if you now next day if you wear gray, you will tell your friends, no, I am a I am a very pitiful person. Why? Because I am wearing gray, no. So gray is related to pity and the god is Amma. Okay. So then Bibhat Sham. Okay. So Bibhat Sham is a Bengali word, or Sanskrit terms. So represent disgust, aversion towards something. You are feeling disgusting aversion towards something. Again related to Shiva, and the color is blue. So Shiva, if why it is related to Shiva, do you know? And the color is blue. Okay, so those again who know little bit regarding mythology and all, they know that blue is a color which is certain times being prohibited to wear. Okay, and there's a lot of story regarding this. So it's related to disgust and aversion, and it's again related to Shiva. Okay, so then sixth number is Bhayanakam. Bhayanakam. Okay, so is represent horror or terror, fear and anxiety. Is related to Amma. So in related to Amma, how many we found? Two. One is pity, and which was Karuna, and another is this Bhayanakam. So the color is black. Black is a color of fear and anxiety. There won't be problem in remembering. Okay. So everybody knows that how superstitions are around black, that you can wear black dresses while in puja or other sacred function and all. Then seven is Viram, represent courage, pride, bravery, self-confidence. Viram, Vir. This word is very popular. No, he is a Vir. Yes, and Vir means he is having courage. So he is related to Indra. You know that Indra is related to Vir and all. So color is saffron. Okay. So saffron, now there is a very much controversy regarding saffron because it's in a political context, but is related to Indra. Then there is Adbhutam, represent wonder. Bengali word is Adbhut. Okay, you say Adbhut. So Achanak. Okay, so Adbhutam represent wonder, mystery, curiosity, amazement. Deity is Brahma. Brahma represent that wonder, mystery. Color is yellow, which I am wearing today. Okay. I'm not trying to give you the feeling of wonder and mystery or trying to create that rasa within you. Just I wear it, isn't? Then is Shantam. Shantam represent peace, like Shanto. Shantam came from Shanto. Peace, tranquility, serenity, state of calmness. Vishnu is that one. Vishnu has a lot of many words which he had told, which had been written as a Bhagavad Gita. There, if you read, there is mention that he talked regarding peace so much. Yes, and the color is white. Everybody knows white represents peace. But here, in one context, we came to know peace. White represents another one. Okay, Rasa, which was related to Lord Shiva. What was that? Hasam. Okay. Remember it? Then Bharata Muni presented his theory of rasa in the 6th chapter of Natyashastra. So in which chapter he had presented rasa? 6th chapter. And he said that no meaningful idea is conveyed if the rasa is not evoked. According to him, nothing is meaningful in the play or in any art if there is no generation of rasa. So rasa is the way you can create meaning. Otherwise, you can't create meaning. Okay. Be it by creating wonder, happiness, be it by peacing a mind, be it by creating a evoking kind of a love within a heart, or same sort of sentiment, be it furious or other thing. Okay. So that has to have a rasa within itself. So now you can see other part open up. I do not think we can finish it such a long. Let we just check it. Okay, let's see how far we can go today. Okay, actually long video if I try to upload, it takes time. Okay, so Abhijnanasakuntalam and Rasa Theory. Kalidasa's Abhijnanasakuntalam is considered the best work to study to get a better understanding of Rasa theory. So it's a text where only you can get better understanding of rasa theory. Kalidasa has presented three rasas. One we have already come to know while reading the first part of my note, that it was Shringara, then it is Karunam, then is Shantam. In this work with the most concentration while also including remaining six in various elements. Okay, so he had included primarily three, but other six we to get. Okay, but that's not in like that much primates. Okay, that primary focus one on was on Srinagara, Karunam and Shantam. So Srinagara Rasa we have already came to know is regarding love, attraction, beauty, other thing. Okay. Srinagara Rasa is prevalent throughout the play as it based on the theme of love. So the play is regarding love with the love of Dushyanta and Shakuntala. The entry of Dushyanta and the description of his appearance along with the reaction of Shakuntala and her friends, that how Dushyanta appeared in the life of Shakuntala, especially in the garden, along with the reaction of Shakuntala and her friends, and feeling of love they felt. Okay, and the attractiveness and beauty that King Dushyanta possesses. Another instance is when Dushyanta describes the beauty of Shakuntala by clearly presenting his views. Like, I have quoted from the text, let we read. Her lower lip has the rich sheen of young shoot. Her arms the very grace of tender twining stems. Her limbs enchanting as a lovely flower, glow with the radiance of magical youth. So her beauty has been described in detail. So you can see, like in every other play, you see that has been described in total, but especially as it is in the eye of Dushyanta written. So that's why it's in so much descriptive mode, and its intention was creating a rasa Srinagara, and in the eyes of a lover it naturally general, and it is natural to have such a view, because this is what happens, isn't that's the Srinagara rasa. So it's a very physical description. He had gone through her, from her arms, limbs to her lips being described. Then her clothing by continually praising her beauty evokes the emotion of love in the mind of reader. So the love which was present in Dushanta's heart while he was describing Shakuntala, it transferred into reader's heart when we read it. That's what Srinagara Rasa did. Further, he adds the compliment that she is not from earth because her beauty is heavenly. So that much he had described, that her beauty is not from earth but is from heavenly. So how could form of such matchless beauty? He has said, he is asking that how could a form of such matchless beauty come from the womb of a mortal mother? His question is that can it be that she is a mortal human being? Born of a mortal mother, because such beauty never can come from a mortal mother, according to him. That scintillating, lightning flash does not spring up from the earth. According to him, she was like a lightning, such a glorious, such a like bright she was, that never can come up from earth, which is mortal. A reader reading the work tries to imagine the beauty of Shakuntala, which will evoke attraction, emotion, love within him. So the love which was present in Dushanta's heart, when we are as a reader reading it, we are feeling that love is generating in our heart too. We are too feeling love, and even we are slowly falling in love with Shakuntala too. They are longing for each other. Shakuntala being shown love-sick, Dushyanta efforts to owe her, their confession of love to each other, their courtship, and various other instances evoke the feeling of love through its different nuances. Okay. How it created, how he had tried to court her, the courtship period, and then their confusion, then their feeling of love. So that is, then we came to know Hasham Rasa. How Hasham Rasa being used? Laughter we have come to know? No. So related to Lord Shiva. So, laughter or comedy has always been one of the most used elements of literature in entertainment. So, laughter is not new to literature. Comedy has a long history, be it of English literature, be it of Indian Indian, and be it in Sanskrit especially. The Hasam Rasa is mostly associated with the character of Madhava. Madhava is a character from Abhijnanasakuntalam, and this Hasam Rasa related to that Madhava, who is a court jester, mean clown. So it's natural to be having that rasa within him and create that rasa within reader that playwright used him when he accompanied Dushyanta on his hunting expedition. So he was someone who was accompanying Dushyanta in his hunting expedition. Complain about the pain. So we can get one example from the text how he created Hasam Rasa. So I have quoted from the text like Madhava stands without moving a step. He is not moving, he is standing still and saying what? My friend, my hands are powerless to extend themselves in. He is saying that my friend, he is calling Dushyanta that my hands are powerless. It's like he is telling that I have no energy left. I can't even move my hands. Greeting, I salute your honor with words only. I can only salute you with my words because he has no energy left that he can move his hand even to salute him. He can only salute him by using words. That much weak he has become. May you ever be victorious. King looks at him, smiles, and what has paralyzed your limbs? And King Dushyanta asked that what has paralyzed your limbs with a smile. Madhava, a fine thing to ask. Do you hit me in the eye and then ask why it is sweating? So it's like he's saying that his word is like king made him walk so much, so that's why he is weak. And now when king is asking why you are weak, he is telling that if you beat me in my eye and then there would be coming of water, then will you ask why it is coming water? Because you have beat it, that's why coming water. So same reason he had made him walk, that's why he is feeling tired. Another, apart from being the court jester, was also a good friend, which we have already came to know through the conversation. He is not only a jester for the king, but he is a friend. That's why he could speak so much frankly with the king. And in the second hand, when Dushyanta asked Madhava for help on gaining entry to the hermitage, he replies in a witty manner that he can enter the hermitage on the pretext of demanding the royal tax. So second act, that's Dushyanta asking Madhava that can you see me? How can I enter to the court? Is there any way? Then that Madhava said that why not you make the pretext? You say that you are entering to collect a tax. Isn't tax has a long history. In king's time, 2 tax has to be given, and that was much more popular. The friends of Shakuntala, with their way of talking, the way they conduct themselves when both the lovers meet, is humorous, and Priyambada doesn't let go of a chance to tease them both. Even we get this Hasarasa, where when Shakuntala and Dushyanta met first time, because they were friends too, and some friends were teasing them, okay, and that created a feeling of laughter. Returning to another hilarious scene of Madhava is when he is held by his cushiony task in the powerful jaws of a demon. So there was a kind of a scene which is very funny indeed. When I read, I myself laughed so hard. That scene, if you see me, then I will read it with you. Okay, one day. So in Kushan scene, there was that scene with Madhava that was very much like joyful, very much of hilarious, that created a moment of joy. Full of complaints, demands to be saved, and when he is freed from the clutches of the demon, he falls back. There was like demons in some demons came and something so much funny. You can't understand if you do not read the real text. We'll do it one day, okay? Comedy is not merely used for producing laughter. So comedy is not just merely used that he was trying to create laughter. It is also used as a satirical element to bring forth important issues to the forefront. So it had another reason. It was not just trying to create a moment of laughter, but trying to put forth some important issues. in English plays why comic scenes are being added in tragedy to get a comic relief. Okay. But when you are dealing with Sanskrit text, there is use of rasa, and this is the hasya rasa. So it's being used not only to produce laughter or to create a same sense within the reader's mind, but what to give us some important information. Mhm. Mm. Several instances and comic scenery evoke Hassam Rasa in the audience and adds to the entertainment along with complementing the theme of love. So it is a rasa which not only present as a separate rasa but is complementing to Shringara rasa or a theme of love. So now we are at our last rasa, which is Karanam rasa, which is pity and related to the Amma. The initial acts of the play are content with love, romance, as we know, but from the fourth act, the focus shifts towards Karanam Rasa. Karanam Rasa started getting place from fourth act. So when the focus shifts towards Karanam Rasa, signifying compassion, bringing about a tragic shift in emotions. The prelude informs about the lovers' marriage according to Gandharva Rise. Mhm. Mm, mm. So that has a so that rasa, Karunam rasa, which started through a fourth act, that brings forth compassion and it bringing a tragic shift in emotion. The prelude informed that there was a prelude which informs about the lovers' marriage according to Gandharva Vibhava. Gandharva means love marriage. Okay. The scene shows Shakuntala engaged in the thought of a lover fails to attend to Durvasha Rashri. Those who know the story, they know that Shakuntala was too much lost in the thought of her husband who left for kingdom and she was alone in her father's land. She was thinking about her husband. Meantime, Durvashi Rishi came. He called her so many times, but she failed to give him answer. Durvashi Rishi felt so much disheartened and he got so furious that he cursed her that by thinking of whom you were failed to give me response, that very person will forget you. That curse Durvasha Rishi gave. Okay, so evoking feeling of compassion, and that whole thing created a feeling of compassion, pity for her, because we know that Shakuntala had no flaw. She was just love lost. She was thinking about her husband, so we felt a compassion towards her. After this scene, Anusha pleading with Durvasha Rishi to lift the curse. Her friend pleaded to the Rishi that why not you leave that curse? Please leave it because she had no flaw within it. Okay. Mm. So but the Rishi did give her a solution that if you have any evidence of your love, that was the ring basically. If you show it to him, he will recognize you. But as we know that she somehow lost that ring in a river, so she couldn't show it. That's why Dushanto couldn't recognize her, and due to this, there was another moment of the same Rasha created. Okay. Because she was that time pregnant with her child in her womb. She went to the kingdom, and the heartbreak she felt when her husband refused to recognize her, that's the moment of the real Karuna Rasa. Okay. She said, "O Hermes, rich in holiness, as I cannot recall to my mind, except in the hand of," like that Dushyanta said this line, like which by hearing which that Shakuntala felt so much disheartened. Line, so, "O Hermes, rich in holiness, try as I might, I cannot recall to my mind, it's in the hand of this lady." Dushyanta is saying that, forget me, Hermes, forget every holy thing, but I still can remember that woman. I do not remember I ever married her. Seeing that she is plainly pregnant, how can I receive her when I have doubts about being the husband? He says that I am visibly seeing that she is pregnant, and how can I accept her as my wife when I still have doubt that I ever married her? So this is what then the chastity honor of Shakuntala is being questioned by the man whom she loved and trusted. So it is like she felt so much heartbreak because her chastity and her royalty being questioned by none other than her very husband. Okay, so that's why she felt so much heartbreak. The pain of recognition being denied experienced by Shakuntala is unparalleled. Moreover, the loss of the token, the ring, comes across as grave issue that makes the reader relate with the pain and suffering of the character. So we too feel the pain which she felt when she lost the ring, when her husband refused to recognize her. Even the ascetics refused to take her back to Kanba, and her cries to Mother Earth symbolize the ache in her heart. So she cries to Mother Earth, and the cry was so much hard that it resonated in the reader's mind. They too felt how much she felt, because she is a very innocent character. If you read, she is a very gentle-hearted, good-hearted person, and she is like very pure-hearted person. Okay, that's why her emotions resonate too much. Similarly, incidents like the treatment of the fisherman who found the lost ring also instill this emotion in audience, along with the Shringara Rasa. Kannam Rasa also forms the essence of the theory. So other rasas being used, being also talked about, just you can see Adhabhata Rasa and Shandam Rasa and so many other Rudram, which we will coming to know basically. Later we see time permit us or not. Okay, so like we did that much, no? So now another rasa which came near to us is Viram, okay, which is related to bravery. There's one example given is like that one when description of Dushyanta. Through description of Dushyanta is showed like, "O long-lived majesty, casting my eye on the fleeting black back and on you holding the torch-strung bow when he was hunting." That's how he had showed that his bravery. Okay, then so that how it was more clearly showed, because Dushyanta in the scene being compared to Lord Shiva. That's how his valor, his bravery being well marked. Okay, then Nimas kind has papers man. So then Dushyanta scene. Dushyanta too was a brave person. He has saved their ashram from demons, giants, and that through this that being showed like destined for destruction. Like when Matali is talking about that Durvasha, that time too we saw bravery, destined for destruction at your hands, alone in the battle's forefront, they are inviolable. Before your comrade, the Lord of 100 powers, like you are such powerful, even Lord of 100 powers to bow in front of you. The sun with his spreading beams cannot spring forth to break night's mustache. Moon Apasa chases it away. Even sun moon too takes its way when you are in front near. So that's how through these two instances that that rasa being created, which is related to bravery. Now we have come to know another adbhutam, and this under how is created. So when Dushyanta said that, "Although I do not recognize you as my wife, still I'll take you till the baby is born." So that time what happened? That time she was like cosmically taken to heaven. That created a wonder in the mind of a reader, that how could she go to heaven. Okay, so that's what High Priest, "My lord, something quite marvelous has just occurred." "King, what is it?" High Priest, "No sooner had Kanba disciples left on their journey back than the young girl, cursing her stars, waved aloud, flinging her hands up." "King, and then?" High Priest, "A flash of light in a woman's shape from Apsara pool snatched her up, vanished straight away." So the priest is saying that no longer everybody left. She started crying. She cried, she started calling her, then a light came, and from the pool of Apsara, someone snatched her, and that created a wonder scene. Okay. Then when Dushyanta discovered the locket inside of the boy, who was his own son, and he remembered everything, and like all the scene unfolds in his mind, that too created a wonder. Okay, then Shantam Rasa, which is related to peace, so presented description of the ashram, which is a peaceful place. Okay, then at the fourth chapter, when Shakuntala is going to visit Dushyanta in the palace, that to relieve the mind of the readers, like Kanba is saying, oh well, now that I have seen Shakuntala to her home, my mind is at place. Consider it, a daughter is all belonging to another. I have seen her this way. It's like a story. It's telling the father how relief he felt when he sent his daughter away, because it's very much a traditional thought still is present that a father is never free of bondage until unless he is setting her marriage, and he is handing over her to a perfect groom. Okay, so that's why when she left, he failed that thing. Then Rudra Rasa, which is related to Firi, and is how so when Shakuntala replied to Dushyanta very angrily, that being short, ignoble man, you are like a well covered with grass. You judge everyone by the measure of your own heart. Who would stop to imitate your conduct, practicing falseness, putting on the mantle of virtue? So that's what she expressed her Firi by saying that you are judging everybody by your own heart. You are an ignoble man. You are covered with grass. So you are putting a mantle of virtue. You can't see me. So that's what. Then even Shukunda makes her even more piercing through other scenes too. And then Bhayanak Rasa is again what was evoked emotion. Okay, so the emotion of Bhayanak means horror. Okay, horror being created through, and which scene? When Rishi Durvasha got angry. That time it cursed. When he cursed it, we felt it. Then Vivat Shamrasa. Okay, so it's a disgust related to disgust. It's related to Act 6. For example, when the chip sniffs the ring and he stings of raw fish, raw fish is emanating. So, like when that fish swallowed the ring, you know all, no? That ring fell in the river. If you do not know the summary, you see me one day. Okay, I'll teach it to you. Although you'll get in the text too, because in I include everything as I told you, because it's an universal note. So there what happened, that ring fell to the river and that fish swallow it, and when the fisherman got it, fisherman was cutting the fish, then he got that ring inside of his like throat. Okay, inside of the fish's throat, that fisherman got this ring, and that's the description which created that rasa. Then sniffing the ring, oh yes, it's been his fish or such a, then he even sniffed it, like he put his nose in order to check that it's fresh or not. Okay, like or it has been lost is all the value due to having time in fish's stomach. Okay, it's a subtle type of beverage. So when Dushyanta like entering palace scene, okay, when another character, minor character, was entering Dushyanta palace, that time he felt impurity of the palace. That time he thought of this, and that time created that same rasa. Then like last part we have come. So another, like I have put in comparison of that rasa to other texts like Nisi musical, how use that rasa, the same rasa which being used by Kalidasa. So like philosophy certain image. So that being